Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Silent Chapter 5, Battle of the Atlantic. This is going to be another game that I am streaming, and I'm deciding to record and upload to YouTube. Although I stream various games, some of them I actually do decide would be good content for YouTube, and I think Silent Hunter will make my cut for that. Silent Hunter 5 is a pretty good game, I like it. Well, it's a pretty good series. In which you pilot a U-boat. And you sink a bunch of, well, British shipping. I really shouldn't surprise anyone. This is a World War II game where you command a U-boat. We're going to be starting a new campaign. Oscar Entwickler is not an acceptable name. No, not at all. Kiel Shipyard. Now, the game is broken up into a series of campaigns. Well, there we go. And, you know, you start out with Total Germany, you go on to Happy Times, and you go on to throughout a bunch of campaigns that eventually end in Black May. For anyone who is not aware of what Black May is, it was a terrifying time for the submarines. Yeah. Alright. Difficulty will be set to medium for the moment. I usually just set up a custom difficulty. First off, we're going to be skipping the game tutorial. The reason I like to skip the game tutorial is because it's pretty pointless. It's the invasion of Poland. And all you do in the invasion of Poland is there are civilian transports evacuating Danzig. Sink them. Because, of course, the very first thing that you'd have to do in a game about Nazis is you have to slaughter some civilians. If you aren't doing that, your game portrays the Nazis in a good light, and you'll be accused of being Nazi sympathizers, and. Because, you know, certainly the Allies weren't equally as bad. Cough, cough, Dresden, cough, cough, firebombs. Just saying, just saying. There's nothing on YouTube about it? Interesting. Well, there's going to be a cut in the episode here while we wait to this loading screen anyway, so we'll be right back. And, alright, well, we're back after that loading screen. Alright. So, we're at the dry dock of Kiel, I believe. First things first, we're going to talk to Herbert Vokel. Oh yes. As I should have probably mentioned sooner, this game is voiced by the worst German voice actors you will ever find. I could voice act a German guy better than these guys.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne. Yes, well. Either way, let's get our mission orders.
Come in, Captain. I have just received your orders from Naval High Command. Unfortunately, our situation has just changed for the worse. Have a look at this. Following our invasion of Poland, England and France have now declared war on us. A situation not anticipated by Berlin. This, of course, means that we are now up against the most powerful fleet in the world, the Royal Navy. An uneven match, if ever there was one. The British fleet numbers 255 warships. We merely have 34. Which leaves us with only one hope. Our U-boats. Our enemies have set up a naval blockade which traps our battleships in their ports or forces them into direct confrontation out at sea. A situation that must be avoided at all cost at this moment. Only smaller forces like the submarines can evade this blockade and make for the open sea. We currently possess 46 U-boats. 22 are ready for battle. You will command one of them, Captain. Make good use of her. Strategically, as Commodore Dönitz has explained, our overall objective is to exploit England's dependence on imported goods and strike her without direct confrontation by cutting off all supply lines and starving its people until the king himself begs for mercy. Your goal for now is to attack and inflict as much damage as possible along Britain's main coastal supply routes. Focus your attacks primarily on unescorted convoys and freighters.
Unescorted convoys are for
This will disrupt
wussies.
the enemy's supply lines, slow down their shipyard production, and diminish their overall shipping power. Let's give those Tommies hell. They'll never know what hit them. Good hunting, Captain.
Alright, so as Naval High Command has told us, we're now at war with, well, everything that's red. If it's red, we're fighting it. If it's blue, it's on our side, at least. Alright, so, this is, of course, September 3rd, so the invasion of Poland has begun. We start out with the invasion of Poland completed as a mission. Sink the 3 Polish ships evacuating Poland. There's, like I said, arbitrary, stupid evil there. But, you know, that might actually be, there might be historical precedent for that one. So, we are now at war, unfortunately, with Frankreich and Großbritannien und Norderland. Okay, so maybe I can't voice act German people better than this, but, you know, it is a thing. So, as they said, you know, 255 enemy warships. That's a bit rough. So we have 2 missions. The first one is the British Coastal Waters, which is to sink 50,000 tons on the British eastern coast. And the British Supplies, which is to sink 100,000 tons of cargo in the southwestern approaches. Across, you know, the North Sea and the Atlantic. We're going to start with this one. It's easier, and I don't have to navigate the channel. Which, by the way, yeah, unsurprisingly, as a submarine captain, I don't want to navigate the channel for some reason.
Welcome back, Hercules.
Man, Gibraltar's hard enough as it is. Ugh. So yes, we've got a mission, so we're going to start a new patrol. Starting a new patrol puts us actually on our submarine, of which we can walk around and explore. Ugh. Although, just like in every game ever, ladders are the worst thing in literally Hitler. The ladders are worse than the Nazis that we are playing as. You know, yeah, this guy. We can talk to various people. Keep up your good work, eh? And there are various people that we can go through, talk to, and actually give promotion points to get various things. Oh, shoot. I forgot to change the difficulty. Fuck. Alright. Back to the dock. End of patrol.
All stop.
I'm a dumbass. I forgot to change the difficulty. You can't do that while on a patrol. So we're going to go to gameplay settings. I'm going to set difficulty to custom. And I'm going to do some things. First off, I prefer no ship damage meters, no stabilized view, no external view, no event camera, realistic reload. Turn off dud torpedoes, however. Realistic sensors, turn that off. Yeah, I'd go either or. Limit compressed air. Alright. Now, the stuff that I've turned on is basically, in this game, realism is difficulty, which is fair. Most of the stuff I've turned on. Dud torpedoes I've turned off because it's just so annoying to get a perfect snipe torpedo, you know, at a couple 100 meters, and then just have it explode halfway through and alert the entire convoy that you're there. Or just have it bounce off the hull and do nothing. Nothing infuriates me more. I admit, sure, some torpedoes were duds, realistically, but god damn if that is the most annoying thing ever to have happen. Alright? Realistic sensors, I prefer to actually, there's not much difference, really, but it's alright. No map contact update, just basically means when selected hydrophone, visual contacts will not appear on the navigation map. Radio contacts will periodically appear on the map. This just basically means that when you get a new contact, because you can see the smoke or you can hear their engine or whatever, it draws a little line between you and the target, so that way you kind of know where it is. If you turn this on, then you just get an update of, you know, the direction and distance and, you know, speed, which way it's traveling, all that stuff. And you have to rely on that and go, okay, so that's where it currently is. And you have to ask for periodic updates and stuff. I just prefer it to be written onto my map. The manual targeting system, I'll actually use the manual targeting system for a couple of times. Just to show you why I turned it off. Realistic repair time, damage repairs will take longer, which basically means you can't repair in combat very effectively. And I have limited resources turned on except for fuel. I would normally actually have limited fuel turned on, but in this case, because it's an LP and a stream, that's just really going to create a lot of downtime for me without doing much, and make me have to go back constantly. We're already really limited on torpedoes, so, you know. Otherwise, we have limited oxygen, which, you know, kind of matters for when we're trying to stay below the surface. Batteries power underwater engines, and compressed air allows us to move up and down. Fills our ballast tanks. So I'd like to apply these changes. Alright.
Herr Kaloin.
Yes, and my, I want to use my torpedo loadout.
Sure thing. What do you have in mind?
Because for whatever the hell reason, we are given a single Type 2 torpedo. I personally prefer the Type 1 torpedoes. And this is just me, because they have a much faster range, and you'll find a much quicker, longer range. The trick with electric torpedoes, though, is they make much less wake and are less likely to be spotted early. Oh, excuse me. However, I have a tendency of launching torpedoes at maximum speed.
All right. I'll have the meals loaded onto your boat.
And as a result, it generally doesn't matter if they spot my torpedoes coming.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
Because you just can't get out of the way. So, we
Come
have to
in,
go back and we'll skip our mission orders. We have to reselect our mission. What's the mission? Okay. And otherwise,
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
start the new patrol. Now, unfortunately, it's going to create another loading screen, but we'll do it. So, thank you everybody for watching. Probably won't be the first episode, but you know. Alright, we'll be right back, folks. And we're back on the submarine. This time it's morning of September 4th, I believe, since we spent the night outfitting. First things first, we always do that. Now, we're in the Kiel Shipyard. Now, I have unlimited fuel, so I'm not going to bother navigating the Kiel Canal, which generally saves me a whack load of time. But thankfully I don't have to. So we're going to immediately start plotting course. You do this through the map. This will simply allow the ship to... Basically an AI automatic control will take over. Okay. We just need to make sure that we don't accidentally run into other ships that happen to be hanging around here. Like I said, I could take the Kiel Canal, but I'm just going to head out and go around Denmark, because, again, I have limited fuel.
New waypoint, course 33.
Alright. So now we can activate time compression. Now, unsurprisingly, it takes a lot of time to travel through the Atlantic. And although this game is a commitment to a certain degree of realism, needless to say, you don't necessarily really want it to be that realistic. So what we have here is time compression, which allows me to compress time up to a factor of 8,196, meaning time will pass that much quicker. I'm also going to engage travel mode. Travel mode just means we won't be pulled out of time compression. We won't be pulled out of time compression because we receive new contacts. We're just sort of slipping out of Kiel here. 64 time compression. Nothing major. It's going to slip right out of here. Yeah, we'll dodge that boat. Oh, thank God it started backing up. The AI doesn't seem to actually realize that you're there, sort of a thing. Alright.
Smoke on the horizon. Bearing 4-5.
Slow down a bit. Alright, so we managed to get out of Kiel, which is probably one of the most dangerous places in the goddamn game. You think the British Channel's bad? Oh, some days navigating out of Kiel, man. Alright.
New waypoint, course 35.
So we're just gonna move around here.
New waypoint, course 16. New waypoint, course 15. New waypoint, course.
So we still have ships trying to evacuate Poland. We could shoot those, but we have objectives.
Course 277.
There. Alright. So I'm just going to engage mass time compression here. To factor of 1,000, yeah, that's fine. Let's go to a factor of 2,000. And now we can travel extremely quickly. Ah. This will allow us to get around Denmark fairly quick. I'm actually going to go up to 4,000, I think. 4,000 is pretty good for the open sea. I find if I go too much higher than 4,000, the game starts lagging. Oh well. Alright. So now we're coming out onto the Nordmeer. Merchant vessel, I don't have to worry too much about it. It's whatever. Well, I just let it slip by me, but whatever. We have an objective and we have limited torpedoes. It'd be better to sink our objectives. Alright, coming up on the British coastal waters here. Okay, I'm going to slow down here. Actually, I'm just going to deactivate travel mode.
New waypoint. Course 5.
Large convoy, you say?
New waypoint. Course
Alright.
27.
We have a large convoy as a contact here. That was just given to us, That was actually not given... That's not something we've run into. That was another submarine that passed the contact on to Naval High Command, who passed it on to us. Alright. That was aircraft for a second. Okay.
Closing tube 1.
Whoops, did I give the door to close a tube? Oh, well, whatever. Worry about that later. So, I plotted a course. There's other submarines.
New contact, merchant, moving slow, constant distance, bearing 284, long range.
284, yeah, that's the convoy, okay. We've got contact updates on
New
the
contact,
convoy.
Merchant, moving slow, constant distance, bearing 281, long
That's what,
range.
that's what the map updates are. It draws a line between us. I'm just gonna turn on travel mode so it stops telling me about all the new updates. God knows there's probably about a dozen merchant ships. And it's unescorted. Like, this is our fucking payday right here. Oh, yeah. This is payday. Alright, we're gonna cut it off. Where the hell are they going? Close the gap a little bit here. I have no idea where they're going. Ah, there they are, okay.
New contact, merchant, moving slow, constant distance, bearing 276, long range. Stop.
Alright. So, I want to try and make sure that I'm close enough to this, because I have to patrol that specified area and get kills around there. I'm going to let the convoy move up a little bit.
New waypoint.
Probably about
Course
here.
71. Returning to course.
I'm fine with, letting them go for a bit. They haven't spotted me, so I'm not too worried. And so long as they don't actually spot me, everything's okay. We're moving about the same speed, so they shouldn't be able to catch up to me. I'm going to increase my speed just a little bit to make sure, though. There. I want to keep a decent distance away. The game's a little finicky sometimes about where you sink ships. Like, if I were to sink ships anywhere on the long British coastal waters, it wouldn't count. It has to be within this specified area that I'm ordered to patrol. Alright. This is... Okay. We're closing in on where we want to be. Good. Okay. Slow speed. Now, this is the approximate range at which they will be able to see us. If we enter that black zone, they will see us, as it were. Alright.
Full speed ahead. Half speed ahead. I'll stop. We're approaching
Okay.
the final waypoint.
So, we're going to go to periscope depth, obviously. And now, give us a waypoint to turn
New
around here.
waypoint. Course 161. Returning to course.
Get up into my command tower here. Is it possible to get America to ally Germany through some submarine trickery? What do you think, this is a paradox game? You should probably get off the deck. I think I gave the order to submerge, didn't I? Alright, out on the in the distance, we've got, serious, come on, ballast tanks take for a fucking ever to fill with water. We've got, pretty much a gigantic convoy. Jawohl, mein Kelvin. Thank you, Stidge. Alright. Yeah, they're losing sight range of us because we're going underwater.
Current depth 10 meters.
Okay, good.
Engage electric motors.
Alright. Very good. Very good. So we're going to time compress a little bit and let them get closer. We've basically got a trap. don't need to be doing that anymore.
New waypoint. Course 2.
All stop.
Okay, all stop. So, let's see. Swing the periscope around. Approaching out here, we've got a series of ships.
Tracking new target.
We can lock on any one of them. I gotta turn the TDC on.
Minimum speed ahead.
Whoops. I want to zero that out,
All
please.
stop.
I do not want to be moving. I want to turn on the TDC. So I'm going to lock onto a ship.
Tracking new target.
We have an unknown freighter bearing range, speed, and angle on bow. Eventually our submarine should stop rotating in the water. It could take a little while. Fucking inertia. Alright, there. So, this is the problem. We don't know what the hell we're actually shooting at.
Tracking new target.
Unknown freighter. I have no idea exactly what freighter type it is, and I have to identify it. Now, at this angle, that's pretty much physically impossible. We have a number of known type freighters. And, yeah, that makes things rather tricky to figure out at this angle. And then you have to add in a bearing. We can get it automatically from our periscope. A range, which we can get from the map, I believe. Range 6 kilometers. We need a lot more than that. Either way, you have to manually enter everything, including speed, angle on bow, sorts of things. Which is rather tricky. And this is why I hate the manual targeting system. And you have to do all that before you can fire a torpedo. Because otherwise you're just blind firing. I mean, if you're really good, you can just sort of guess. Based on their speed, you don't really need to know anything else. But yeah, I'm going to turn the TDC off as a result of this. Alright, so now, with the TDC off, I need to lock on.
Target marked.
Alright, good. Now, they're currently out of torpedo range, so that's fine. I want to slim this map down a bit. There we go. So right now, we just need to sit here and make like a hole in the water for a little while. I'm going to increase some time compression, let them get closer. At 6 kilometers away, I think our torpedoes have a max range of like 3 or something. So shooting a torpedo right now is not exactly something we can truly accomplish with any real ease. So we need to let them... What? Yeah, okay, they haven't spotted us. I don't know why I engaged combat music. I was worried for a second there. I was like, what? Did we get spotted? Alright.
Closing tube 5.
Alright. Well, he's... not... Well, I suppose I could probably shoot it at this point and get a hit, but... Here's how auto shooting works. You get 3 numbers coming out of you and 3 numbers coming out of your target. Assuming you successfully line up the 1, the 2, or the 3 with the opposing number, since I can control this one, it's a little easier to line this one up more than anything. Then odds are good the torpedo will hit. So we're basically just going to have a little wait here. I'm going to make sure that the 3s get lined up. Alright. Slow it all down. Alright, we line up the 3s. I have no idea what I'm shooting at, so I guess I could play the torpedo depth a little bit, but 3 meters should be okay. We probably want the magnetic pistol detonation, just in case I'm a little bit off. Alright then. Get ready. Actually, I'm gonna pause. Because I forget what the fuck the quick shot button, fire deck gun, advanced mode, highlight objects, run. Where is fire torpedo? Where is the fire torpedo button? I should probably have looked this up before this, but, you know. Shift emergency surface, current depth, crash dive. Shift F1. Okay. Good to know, I suppose. For the tube we're using. Open tube. I actually have no idea. I cannot find the rudder midship. Head to view, time combat. Really? Where the hell is the fire the torpedo button? Torpedo MNG? Shift to see other key bindings, yeah. Spacebar, fire, deck gun, lock, target, interact. No, that's not fire torpedo. I'll try... Torpedo management probably is not it, eh? Oh well. I guess we'll have to use the fire button. Oh, hang on. Shift... Oh yeah, shift space. I'm fucking blind, thank you. Shift space is the hotkey for it, thank you. I'm streaming this, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. Alright, so let's line this up. Shift. Ready. Set.
Tube 1, loss.
Alright, tube 1 loss. Tick, tick, tick. I'm pretty certain we missed. It'll probably slim right by the ship, but oh well. We'll see where it goes. Let's go time compress here and let the torpedo travel. Sort of a problem with going at this speed. Alright, we're closing in. Actually, that's going to be a flat right on impact. Alright, good. Right in...
Torpedo impact.
Boom, we got an impact. Alright, well, they're unfortunately now probably quite aware of us, and have probably also sent out a distress call. For obvious reasons. So that gives us a limited time. I don't know at which point, or if any near...
Tracking new
No,
target.
we don't want that one. Is that
Target
one the one we
marked.
want? No, this is the one we want.
Target marked.
Now, there is the unfortunate issue that they will now attempt evasive maneuvers to evade future torpedo impacts. But they've also sent out a distress call. So one of two things will now happen. Now they will send planes at us, and they've probably also dispatched a couple of destroyers. So we are on sort of a limited time here. But the good news is it will take them probably half hour, an hour to get here at the very least. We're a decent ways off the coast. And I mean, destroyers can only go at most 20 knots. So all things considered, we're actually probably just fine. We got some time. Alright. We'll get a line up here soon enough. I'm only interested in hitting one torpedo per boat. I'm trying to cripple them. I'm not trying to sink anything yet. And I'll show you why in a bit. Right now, I'm just aiming for the cripple shots. Okay, 1 times time compression here. And shift.
Tube 2, loss.
Little high, but that should be okay because he's swerving. It's hard to say. I think I want to aim a little low on that one, though. Guess we'll have a look in a bit. Yeah, it's going to go right past the front of his bow, isn't it? Turn into it, turn into it. Ah, damn. Well, I tried. Realistically, I can also try and use my general skill.
Tube 3, loss.
That should be a shot. Okay. Like I said, I am kind of proficient myself. I don't necessarily need to rely on the auto lineups. I can just kind of go, okay, that's how, based on how fast it's moving, I can say I have to aim that far ahead. I can do that.
Torpedo impact.
Boom. Alright. Let's see what other ships we can cripple. We've already got that one horrendously crippled. Yeah, speeds drop to 5 knots. That speed drops to 5 knots. They've all dropped to 5 knots. Which is actually probably good. These are just transports of some description. I have no idea what I'm actually shooting at here. They're Canadian, though. I'm shooting at Canadian ships. Oh, yeah, that is totally the Canadian flag right there. You know what? Let's see if we can't ID the type of ship this is. No. I'll stop, I'll stop, I'll stop. Never mind. Break lock. No. Turned on TDC. What do we got here? What freighter types are these? No. It probably should be, what are those called? Liberties? Yeah, that looks... Yeah, that's a Liberty cargo right there, I think. Looks to be a Liberty cargo. Could be... Yeah, could be that. Could be that. No, it doesn't have the things on the sides. Medium merchant... No, it's missing something on the back of the... It's missing those things there. Nope. Nope. Yeah, it's gotta be a Liberty. I'm thinking Liberty cargo. Yeah, it's got a thing on the back there. That is definitely a ranked bow. Yeah, it's Liberty cargo. Send it to the TDC. Alright, yep. We've got a Liberty we're sinking Liberty cargo ships. Alright, back in the periscope, please. Alright. First off, can I break this lock? Thank you. And now, please, for the love of all that's holy, turn off the TDC. Have you tried to use the main cannon? I will be using the main cannon. That's why I'm crippling things.
Target marked.
I'm crippling things so I can later hit them with the main cannon much easier. Unsurprisingly, well, unfortunately it takes more than one torpedo usually to sink ships.
Closing tube 4.
Let's swing it around here. Also get a lock on this. No, this ship.
Tracking new target.
I'm gonna get speed just a little bit. That's too much for the auto lock. I don't really want to be firing a torpedo at that range. Good lord. Yeah, no, that's too much range for me to really think that is a good idea.
Back emergency.
Rudder. Let's see, we're reversing.
Rudder 5 degrees to port.
So I want to be turning this way. Alright. I'm gonna use my aft tubes for something. I want to get closer. My own instincts are not good enough for this at this range. Alright, come on. I probably shouldn't be using my aft tube as I can't reload it. It really probably shouldn't be doing that. In fact, it's a terrible idea to be doing that.
New waypoint. Course 2.
I'll just let the auto thing take over here.
Course.
How far out are we? Well, that's probably the nearest port right there. We're probably at least 2 hours out for destroyers to get here to help. Alright. Oh yes. Surface the boat.
Surface the boat.
Alright. I think we can get a hit here. Ugh. I really can't aim properly at 3 range. I need to be closer if I'm going to be doing that. Alright, whatever. Give me tube 1. Switch to this target here. Let's see, we can probably get a hit on you, I would think. Maximum speed torpedo. It would help if I wasn't fucking turning right now, but I am. Neutralize the rudder is 0, right?
Rudder 0. Rudder 0.
Give me the rudder to 0, please. So that way I can fucking shoot a torpedo, for goodness sakes. Alright, we're close here. For this one I can use the auto targeter. Shift.
Tube 1.
Tube loss. Definite impact. Alright. Now we're just going to go let that torpedo do its work. And we're going to come out onto the main thing. Now, very conveniently, these are completely unescorted, unarmed freighters. And submarines come equipped with a deck gun. So once you know fire hit a torpedo into something, you can come out here with your old deck gun. HE shells are better against armored ships.
All stop.
Give me stop. I would normally go for the radio room first to try and stop them from calling for help, but let's face it, there was 9 ships.
Torpedo
Once one
impact.
torpedo goes on any of them, it's pretty much guaranteed. Oh, yep, there's a torpedo impact there. We could try and use additional torpedoes on them, but it's not really worth it. It's sometimes really tricky to figure out, because I've turned damage meters off, the ships don't have health meters. So it's kind of tricky to tell. Alright, so. Come on here. This was the one we impacted first with a torpedo. Trying to take it out. Boom, I think it's going under. Ooh, yeah, I think that is going under. Maybe? No, not yet. Problem with... I hate Liberty cargoes because they're actually like fucking anti-torpedo. They're very good anti-torpedo. Like, they can stand up through 3 torpedoes and still will not sink unless you hit them just right. Boom. This game does have multiplayer, actually. This game does have multiplayer. You know, anyone with a fucking gun could just be shooting at us off the deck. I mean, come on here. Small arms fire, people. Boom! Right in there. Chimney. Chimney, chimney, chimney. Yeah, things I've managed to hit with a torpedo are at least crippled and won't be able to get away particularly easily. The deck gun is slow, but we also have about 200 shells or something. I can also increase the speed to make us fire faster here. Unfortunately, ships are really hard to sink. Go figure. Oh, yeah, that, it's going under. Yeah, that went under. Alright, that thing's going under. Whoops, missed. Start fires all over it. The effective way to use HE shells is to aim at different locations on the ship throughout. Ooh, come on, stop doing anything. Get it under control here. Man, that would probably be that ship going down, sending annoying as fuck pulse waves at us, which is going to make aiming this cannon really tricky. Boom. You want to try and spread fire all over the ship. Competitive cooperative multiplayer. I believe it's both, where you're all just submarine captains. You all pilot your own submarines. You can run around like a wolf pack and hunt ships down and shit. Or you can duel each other, if you so desire. Aim at the water level. No, if I wanted to try and do that, then I would be using armor-piercing shells. You use HE shells on the deck, and you use armor-piercing shells at the water level. Like that. To make it take on water. Boom. You see? Depending on what you're aiming at, use different kinds of shells. I just personally prefer the HE shell. And use that. Because unsurprisingly, the water line is armored. Will this be brought to YouTube, or is it only going to be on Twitch?
Missed, sir. Tube 2, ready.
So remember that torpedo I fired a long time ago? They only just figured out it missed. Yeah, use Silent Hunter 4, fair enough. I guess, yeah. Yeah. But this is friggin' Jackpot, an unarmed convoy on our first fucking outing, man. Boom. Alright, good shit. Boom. And that thing is going under. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, it's gone, son.